I adore the books. I think that of the three, I think Station 11, prosaically, and I want to alight something that I think is kind of a cool cultural issue at the moment in fiction and the literary kind of publishing world in general, which is I think that one of the biggest tragedies of the Booktok era of reading is a complete focus on character, concept, and theme at the expense of a focus on language. One of my largest concerns from a literacy perspective is there are a huge number of novels that are becoming extremely successful that are stylistically and prosaically almost unreadable, right? Lauren Roberts is a really good example, not to keep throwing shade at her. I realize I've done that a lot on TikTok, but, she's an author who has a bunch of interesting characters, but her style and her prose is really quite bad, to the point where, like, I had to force myself to read through that first Powerless novel. It's really quite awful. From a stylistic perspective, there's no vision. I think Brandon Sanderson is a big kind of proponent of spreading this as well, where all of his novels are written in exactly the same style, regardless of the context of the novel. Right, his high epic fantasy, Mistborn series, is written in the same prosaic style as his far future sci-fi series. There's no difference in the way that characters think, view, and narrate the world. And I think that Station 11 as a novel is one of the great examples of the way in which the words are actually the only thing that exist, right? The words in a novel are the only thing that actually exist, and they construct character, and they construct meaning and perspective. And Emily St. Emily St. John Mandel is a fantastic author, and if you haven't, you should definitely read Sea of Tranquility at the very least, as a companion to Station 11. The miniseries, I think it does a really good job of giving you an insight into how she writes without having to read the novel alongside the TV show, which I think would be confusing because there are some differences that I'm mostly not going to talk about except for some stuff toward the very end, I don't know that that's particularly productive in this case. But yeah, just wanted to say,
can I
shout out.
Oh, yeah.
No.
All right. Can I just pile on to this random author, Lauren Roberts? I've never heard of her, but the Powerless, and then the next novel after that is called Powerful, that's a choice.
Yeah.
It's a bland choice.
I knew I was in trouble with that book, with Powerless, where it's like on the second page, a character, it's a young adult, it's a YA dystopian novel, and a character is described as, it's like she looked upon the city rebelliously. And I was like, bro, this is going to be bad. I'm going to have a hard time. It's just like, what does that even mean? Anyway, we can get into adverbs a different time.